Hey everyone, so in this month's video we're going to be talking Eagle Moss. We've got 2 new ships to open and have a look at. We're also going to be looking at some of the results of some of the polls we've put out just lately, and we're going to be talking about some of the news that's happened in the geek sphere in terms of Luc Picard, Batwoman and Series 4 of Lucifer that's come back.
Yeah. But before all that, we need to talk conventions, and I think what better place to start than say, you've been to Las Vegas, haven't you?
I love Vegas.
You lucky sod.
Yes, I have. I was about to say I've only been for one day, but that's not right, actually.
No, you've been to Star Trek Las Vegas
for one day, which, to be fair, was a complete fluke. I was going over on holiday anyway, and it just happened to be on. What are the odds?
How it falls, eh?
How it falls. So I was forced to go for the day to take a look.
Had your arm twisted.
I really enjoyed it. And I must admit, I didn't know what to expect. First, American convention, because you would expect maybe there'll be a bit different, the cultural differences. So
I think it was actually the opposite to what you expected, because we all thought America, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be busier, there's going to be a lot more stuff going on, and it was actually quite chilled apparently, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think it was too
frantic.
Sometimes in the UK we do tend to overbook tickets a little bit, and it gets a little bit busy. There it was a lot more relaxed. It was busy, don't get me wrong, it was busy and it was a popular convention, it's lots of people there, but because they spread it out over several days, had lots of things happening in different areas,
that's true.
It made it so you didn't feel claustrophobic all the time.
Yeah, because it can feel a bit like that in the UK, like you say, where everybody's just clumped in together. You've only got perhaps a couple of rooms, and there's photos, there's autographs, there's vendors, there's loads of stuff, isn't it? And it just tends to be a little bit busy, but it sounds like it was quite nice and a bit more spaced out over there, and like you said, with it being stretched over 5 days rather than 3. Yeah,
it was really nice actually. It was really good, and of course got to meet Kate Mulgrew.
Captain Janeway.
So that's a captain ticked off.
Yes.
I think. Oh, another thing I just want to point out, which was as walking around the vendors hall, they had all the stars there around the sides there signing autographs. It was quite nice to see Nichelle Nichols looking so well.
Yeah.
Due to the recent.
She's been struggling a bit lately.
But yeah, she was looking really well.
It's really good.
Really good, really fit. So
that's good news, especially good news for us, isn't it? For later on in the year.
Obviously, we're more concerned about her, but we want to get that photo.
We do want to get that photo as well. We hope she's well. And I think that brings us on to our previous convention experience this year, LFCC, London Film at Comic-Con at the Olympia.
Oh, that was bonkers.
Yeah, that was a busy one.
They had this idea. They always have a few stars from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
A few doctors there, don't they? This year they thought, how many doctors can we cram in?
Yeah.
And they pretty much nearly got all of them.
Yeah, they did very, very well.
In fact, they almost did get all of them. Literally, all the surviving doctors, from Tom Baker all the way through to Peter Capaldi. Obviously, with one exception being John Hurt, who was the War Doctor.
Unfortunately passed away.
And of course, Jodie Whittaker wasn't there. But apart from that, everybody else was there.
They were all there, weren't they?
Which was so annoying because they stuck David Tennant in for the Sunday on the Saturday.
On the Saturday afternoon, pretty much, didn't they?
No one could get tickets. The whole system crashed, and it was a right fiasco.
Yeah. There were times we had tickets and we clicked the order button and error. No, wasn't having it.
The Twitterverse felt our pain because it itself was trying to get tickets. However, having said that, if you forget David Tennant for a minute, which is a terrible thing to say, we got Matt Smith.
We did. We finally got the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, who was very nice. He seemed like a good lad, and definitely one of our top doctors, I would say. So
he was really good. And of course, Christopher Eccleston went along. First major convention that he's been to. There was quite a nice warm moment where he met Matt Smith on the hall, and they had a bit of a
in the halls, and they had a bit of
banter. Peter Capaldi as well.
So that.
And I think it's really nice that he's been embraced so well by the fandom.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
I hope that prompts him to do some more.
Yeah, I hope
mean,
so.
we met him a couple of years ago, and we've had photos and we've got autographs.
Yeah.
And we went to a theatre tour where he talked about his life, his career, and that was very interesting. And he did stay. It was a really nice guy. He stayed at the end, and he tried to get as many people signed as he could.
He was running late for his train. He was tired, but he stayed as long as he could.
I mean, our photos, he looks really knackered on them, to be fair, but he stayed and did them, and that was brilliant.
That was awesome, wasn't it? So yeah, and we also got to meet Tom Welling, of course, from Smallville and Lucifer, NCIS, which was awesome. He was wearing a cap and he wouldn't remove it. It's a secret, it's a surprise.
And he said all that to someone in sign language that came up and tried to ask him to remove his cap, so I think that's brilliant.
We just thought it was a bad haircut, didn't we? Pretty much, haircut gone wrong, and he wasn't going to share it with everybody. But that was, I think it was a good convention. It was busy because we crammed it all in one day because we couldn't make it with work commitments and things for the whole weekend.
We did,
but we got what we wanted to do pretty much. We even got to meet Stephen Moffat.
I was just about to say, we did have a quick conversation with him because he did say, are we enjoying the convention? It was like, well, to be honest,
we're quite tired. We're ready now.
Sorry.
But he was still going strong, wasn't he?
He
was.
Was.
Like R5.6, he was still, hi, how are you doing? Signing autographs, selfies. He seemed really, really happy. And I think sometimes he gets markedly rung down as being a bit miserable, a bit dour, but it didn't seem like that at all to us. He was quite happy and engaging with all the fans and answering everybody's questions, and it seemed great, to be honest. I think it was a win, I say, LFCC. It wasn't really any problems apart from David Tennant.
That's just because we couldn't get him.
No, just because we couldn't get him.
We're now only one doctor short.
Yes, we are.
Apart from Jodie Whittaker. We only need David Tennant to add to the collection.
All of the surviving doctors.
With the exception of John Hurt.
John Hurt, yeah. I think that brings us nicely on to a couple of months' time. We've got another convention trip with Destination Star Trek Birmingham 2018.
We'll be there.
We'll be there if you see us walking around in these things. Come and say hi, shake our hands, have a photo, autograph. Probably won't want those, but you could if you wanted to. We're going there and going to meet a few stars of DS9, Enterprise, TNG, Voyager.
It's going to be a good weekend.
The wonderful Jerry Ryan is turning up again, which will be nice.
And Michelle Nichols.
Michelle Nichols, who we mentioned earlier, we're going to go and get a photo with her. We've booked a photo with her, in fact, so that'll be really good. Looking forward to that. Add to our original series collection.
So do we think, at this point year before, with the 50th, we were really excited about it. However, there'd not been a lot said about it, and it was very obscure in terms of details. Who was going to be there, and let's face it, they cocked it up. They didn't get as many stars as they wanted. It was a lot smaller. It wasn't something that was befitting a 50-year anniversary of a show.
Definitely not.
So I have to say, this time it does seem like it's better already.
Yeah, seems like it, doesn't it? I mean, they've actually got quite a few guests booked already, whereas last time for the 50th, people had not even been invited. People were asked really close to the event and they couldn't commit to it because of other things. There was also, they got the dates wrong because it was at the same time as another big one going off in Europe, so they couldn't get as many vendors as they normally would, so it just ended up looking a bit empty and a little bit
sparse,
half-hearted, and they tried the best.
With 2 captains already in the bag, with 3 technically, if you count Jason Isaacs from Discovery, we've got a first of all 3 Ferengi, Quark, Rom and Nog, in makeup for photo opportunities.
Possibility as well.
Has Quark done it before sometime? But all three together.
All 3 haven't, I don't think.
That's brilliant. Just a side note, actually, back to Vegas, they did some makeup on stage to see how quick it was to put on. Casey Biggs actually got made up as Damar, and then took photos as Damar. Because there was, if you're watching, I forget what your name was. There was someone on Twitter who did post a picture, and he'd got a Canar bottle.
Cool.
And he had a photo taken with Damar, and Damar took it straight off. I say Damar, Casey Biggs took it straight off and went, ooh,
nice.
Oh, what's going on? So we're looking forward to that. And
sounding good.
I think convention-wise this year, at the moment, that's about it. With the budget at the moment is going towards that.
And we've gone for obviously commander tickets this time as well. A little bit more expensive. We were lieutenants last time.
Last time with lieutenant, it seemed like a lot of people had it.
Yeah.
So it was only
wasn't as much as a benefit as we originally thought it might have been.
No, I think the novelty of having a lieutenant package became diluted because there were so many of them. I think a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It should be better this time.
We'll get there this time and everybody have commander tickets.
Let's hope not. Let's hope we're amongst the few, lucky few.
So yeah, well, if you're online, just let us know what you're looking forward to or what you'd like to see at Destination Star Trek. And we'll see. See if it actually happens.
See if it happens. See if they turn up.
And
see if Frakes turns round and
changes his mind
and joins us.
He's pulled out already.
He always
Jonathan Frakes always pulls out.
It's a T-shirt waiting to happen.
He was at Vegas. And I was so tempted to get Jonathan Frakes on the 10 forward set.
Yeah, he just
but the time, unfortunately, was not on my side.
And I think just to finish on conventions, you going back to Las Vegas again. You tried the Star Wars Void, the Secrets of the Empire, the old VR experience.
I did.
How was that?
Bloody awesome. London had 2 of these at both the Westfield centres, both Stratford and Shepherd's Bush. They're now not on at the moment, but we believe it is coming back to Shepherd's Bush.
So that's got to be one to try, hasn't it?
Definitely.
For an excellent trip.
Yeah, we did the Star Wars one, and we also did the Ghostbusters one because there's a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
The Void have got several facilities around the world. And they do a few slightly different ones, but Star Wars I think is the main one. But the Ghostbusters one was cool too.
Yeah, I saw the photos you posted. That looked quite cool.
Yeah,
the old kit that you get, almost like a proton pack.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen now. Don't I look cool?
You do.
The helmet was actually sort of a bit heavy at the point when I had the photo taken, so I'm sort of looking up at the camera and it's like crushing the eyelids. But that is really weird because you obviously put the headset on. And you're walking around, if you look behind the scenes on the photos, on the behind the scenes online, it's just massive, a few big rooms with a few walls in, that's it.
Yeah.
You feel like you're on a platform on one point, and there's lava and things, and they actually put a bit of heat blowing at you, and some fans, so it really does feel like you're there, and because they rumble the floor a little bit, there must be rumble pads on the floor, so you rumble it feels like you're moving, and when you're looking around, you feel like you could fall over at any moment, and
your brain just suddenly
must
thinks
look
you're there.
drunk when they're watching you behind the scenes. In the middle of a room doing this. It's really strange. And you do feel you're there. You actually do feel like you're there.
I think that's been the thing with VR in the past is you've not felt that. You've just felt it's been a screen next to your eyes here. You've been able to see the edges of the goggles like right in front of you, and it's been very obvious.
It's the interactive part of it, and it's the fact that you're actually walking around.
Yeah.
And there are odd things to do, buttons to push, handles to pull.
Yeah.
And what makes it better is they use actual props as well. So there is an R2 unit that's sat there, and obviously on the VR you see things come out of it and it projects things, but obviously when you take them off it's just sat there. But there is like an odd chair in a room or whatever, and it just adds to the realism as you're walking around. So when you look at each other, it actually... you can actually see each other in the costume, obviously VR, with all as a stormtrooper, and the stormtrooper moves the same way. So I went with Kate Richmond, who's an actor and cosplayer locally, and she was walking around in front of it, and you can just see the way she moved. It looked like she was walking like a stormtrooper. It was so funny. And you hold your own hand out, and you can see your own. Stormtrooper costume when you look at yourself. It's so strange.
That sounds good. Yeah, we're going to have to try that. Definitely going to have to try that. But I think that wraps conventions pretty much. I think it doesn't it for this year.
So upcoming. So the upcoming one is Star Trek. Like I say, if you let us know what you think and what you're looking forward to, because it's always good to know that. Yeah,
it's good to know what you're looking for, what you're looking forward to there, and we'll compare notes. And
speaking of looking forward to. I have been looking forward to these sections of the video. Dave, you're going to look at a starship now.
I am, yeah. We're actually going to go over and unbox the large Enterprise E XL edition, which we're looking forward to having a look at. Eagle Moss have decided that they're going to bring out these bigger ships, yay big, and they're a lot nicer than the normal standard size ones, aren't they? The details better, it's more weight to them, just better quality.
And did I mention I love Vegas? Because you can't get this one online, it's sold out, but they had them in Vegas, which is where it came from.
Which takes us back to the conventions. Yeah, so that's fantastic. It's going to be interesting to have a look at that, and I think we should go and have a look at it now.
Let's take it.
Right, so as we said, we've had a delivery. Firstly, this is the standard size Eagle Moss Enterprise E, the Star Trek Starships collection. It's very nice. As you can see, the detail is pretty good. Got all the bases covered, nacelles in place, photon torpedoes fitted. And strangely enough, it didn't arrive on a Tuesday. But we'll repair the ship. That's better. And we've gone to the big baby. This is what you want. This is the Enterprise E XL from the new Eagle Moss Extra Large edition. Let's hope they've put something in it. And they have. First we have the base. US Enterprise NCC 1701E, that sounds good. Got a little stand for it to stand on, which is always good. And this is the main event. If we can get it out of the box, which we can. So this is the Enterprise E XL. And you've got to admit it's looking good. It's looking very nice. The detail is probably slightly better on this one with it being a larger model. It looks absolutely bloody lovely. And that will go onto the stand as per usual. And there's a bit of a side by side. This is what we have. I think you'd have to admit the big one's looking better. Let us know what you think of the Enterprise E XL, and do get in contact with Eagle Moss if there's any others you fancy. You never know, maybe they'll bring it out.
That's a really nice ship.
It is.
And I do like the comparison between the small and the big. It just shows there's a lot more detail on it.
Yeah, a lot nicer. You need big for all of them, definitely.
I've got to get them all.
All of them. It's going to be expensive, but...
Which I think, I can't remember if I said earlier or not, but yeah, Vegas was good because they had all of them. You could see them all.
Yeah.
They were really nice. Okay, so time to look at the news now in the Geek Sphere.
The news from the Geek Sphere.
Just a few things we're going to mention this month. First off is the big news, of course, that Patrick Stewart is reprising his role as Jean-Luc Picard in a brand new Star Trek TV series.
He is. They've announced it. Jean-Luc Picard is back.
And they announced it in Vegas. And I was walking around the vendors hall, so I didn't actually see the announcement.
Wasn't even there to see the announcement.
Unbelievable. 5,000 miles over there, and I missed the announcement live.
And he calls himself a geeky guy. I don't know.
I'm handing in my geeky license.
Terrible.
So yeah, that's been announced. So that's well, we know 20 years after Nemesis.
Yeah, of course.
Where is he? We don't know, and they've kept really stum about
very
it.
tight-lipped about it. It might not be what people expect, as others said. He might not be a captain anymore, and basically work it out yourself until we give you some more details. And there'll be lots of fan theories over the next 6-7 months, I'd imagine.
We don't know anything.
Maybe some nice cameos. I think that'll be
probably
interesting from TNG.
Probably, I can see that happening.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
If you have a cameo from someone from TNG in a show technically about a character from TNG, surely they would play their own selves, I would think.
Yeah, you'd think so.
I'd love Dwight Schultz to go in as Reg Barkley. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be amazing. We'd love that.
Yes, so again, we'll just see what happens with that. We also have the next bit of news, obviously, is concerning the Arrowverse.
Yeah, big news in the Arrowverse.
It's Batwoman.
Yeah.
We know that Gotham exists because Oliver Queen mentioned it.
Yeah, he mentioned Bruce Wayne.
So we know that the Batman universe exists.
It's in there.
And they did say recently that they have no plans at the moment to do anything Batman-wise
No.
at all.
No, not specific, have they?
Which I guess is why they're not. It's the same with Superman, why they wouldn't really do Superman, because they've got Supergirl and they've got Superman coming into it. So Batwoman's going to make a few appearances.
Yeah, and one would imagine it's potentially going to be like the others across the shows. So through Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, potentially.
She's in the universe. She could.
She could pop up in any. Which is obviously a good thing. I love the way they wrap them all together. Yeah, they do like a crossover.
They do like a crossover, but it's also allowed us to get Constantine back in Legends tomorrow. So that's
been really good.
Obviously, a bit of a backlash on the internet with the casting. Not just the cast, or not so much the casting, but the character itself.
Yeah.
As a gay character. So much so that the actor that's going to play Batwoman, Ruby Rose, has gone off Twitter.
Yeah, she's come off social media.
I think as fans, we're not involved in anything that was being said, but certain other fans certainly should hand their geeky licenses in straight away and feel really bad about themselves, quite frankly, because I think it's disgusting that that kind of bullying and abuse.
That's when fandom gets toxic, isn't it? When it gets to that level, when people are having to come off.
There's having your say, and then there's being really an evil person about it.
And targeted bullying. Yeah, it's not nice.
Horrible. Unfortunately, the world just have those people in.
Yeah, I mean, let's just hope it doesn't affect her decisions in terms of shows and work that she accepts, because she's worried about backlashes. Let's just hope she just goes, right, whatever, I'll leave you lot to that and I'll carry on with doing my job.
Essentially what people have done is you cut off a form of communication to a fan who had a platform there that you could interact with, engage with, talk to, gain information from, get news and stay in touch with what they're doing. And you've just ruined it for everybody else. Everyone that said evil things online about it, you've just ruined it for everybody now. So well done.
I mean, we've got people like that, haven't we, that are in shows that we can send them a quick message and, we'll get an update as to how they're doing or how it's going on the show with the filming, things like that. So that's nice when it's like that, when you've got that mutual respect and you can talk and you don't go over any lines, and you just turn it into, quite fun and friendly. That's how it should be. Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I say,
that's where the world is.
The world has got these absolute twits in it, we just have to rise above it, I suppose.
Yeah, just everybody else rise above it.
Speaking of rising above it and conquering through, let's talk Lucifer.
Yes, Lucifer Morningstar.
The show had a slight problem a little while ago.
Yeah, Fox cancelled them.
Fox cancels everything.
Yeah.
There's still no Firefly, just putting it out there.
Too soon. We're still hoping something might happen with that in the future. But yeah, Lucifer is back on Netflix.
Series 4.
Series 4.
And they're filming now.
Yeah, we've heard that they actually started filming back on the 13th, in fact, of this month. They actually was day one shooting season 4 on Lucifer. So they're getting it in the can. They're all there. It's coming together nicely. And from what we've heard, it should be an interesting and fun season, and some more devilment and debauchery and action and humour, and can't wait for it to come back.
No, that's going to be quite good. And again, we were going to finish the news now, but just real quickly, just while we're talking about new shows and Joss Whedon, the new Buffy reboot, which they're talking about doing, is coming out, or they're in the planning stages of it at least. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
No, that's another one that's got some controversy behind it, hasn't it? In terms of the casting, in terms of the way you go about it.
But we don't know how true to the original it's going to be, do we?
No.
So we'll wait and see on
that. No, we'll see when we get more news.
Skipping on just again, in terms of reboots, Charmed.
Yeah.
The new Charmed, and it's not quite that geeky really, but Charmed. Again, complete reboot this time. Saw the trailers. It's coming out this fall, I think.
Yeah.
It actually looks quite good. And I really love the original one, but it looks
Yeah.
quite good.
And in terms of other news, just to finish on the news, we've got The Expanse has been renewed as well as Lucifer, season 4.
A couple of shows actually. It's nice to see
because-
shows that have been saved because people
Yeah.
say no, we like it.
We want some more.
There is a market for it, and I think in a way the people rallying around to actually get it back.
Yeah.
Helps. It's going to help anyway because it's putting it back out there again and it's sort
Yeah.
of re-advertising it for
Well, it's
them,
free
so-
advertising, isn't it? As well, you've got thousands and thousands and thousands of people talking about these shows online, and that's going to get more people to take notice of them, and more people will watch them. So it'll come back round, and they'll become more successful, and it'll become what the networks wanted them to be in the first place. So quite a nice clinic works out. There's been fan backlash for Lucifer, that's come back. Fan backlash for The Expanse, that's come back. We've had Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there was a big outcry about that. A lot of celebrities were complaining about it ending too soon. That's coming back. And it just seems to be the way that it works now. It just used to be, it's cancelled, that's it, move on, back in the day.
Been a lot of comments over the years about Firefly. That's not coming back. Sorry, I just keep pointing that out. We should start a new campaign, bring back Firefly.
Save Firefly. We'll see what happens.
Resave Firefly. So I think for this month that's the news.
I think that's pretty much all we've got on the news for this month, and I think we need to have a look at some poll results.
Yes, on Twitter, as you probably know if you follow us, we quite often put polls out just to see what's happening in the world, and several polls we put out recently, Dave.
I think a couple of months back, we did quite a good one. Did the TARDIS dynamic duos. So unfortunately, you only get 4 options on Twitter, so we can include everybody. But we put like people in there that it's been like a couple of people with the Doctor that have been in the TARDIS that have been in quite a few episodes. We went for Bill and Nardole, Ian and Barbara, Jamie and Zoe, and Tegan and Nissa.
I like your selection there because I think you put this poll on, and I think it'd have been a bit. If you'd have just put like Billy Piper or
Amy and Rory,
or Sarah Jane Smith and Harry Sullivan, they're ones that everybody thinks of because they're the more. I don't want to say more popular. We'll get backlash ourselves now.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. What you immediately think of, a lot of people. So that some of these are a little bit more obscure. Yeah.
So in terms of the results. We had 23 votes on this one, and they voted thus. In last place, joint last place actually, with 17% was Tegan and Nissa, and Jamie and Zoe. In second place was Ian and Barbara with 26%, and the winner, top of the pile, was one of the more recent ones, Peter Capaldi's companions, Bill Potts and Nardole, were the winners with 40%.
That does go to show you. On that particular poll, the age of the people that are voting.
Yeah, I think you have a certain dynamic, don't you? It depends on who votes. It's like the old family fortunes thing. It just depends on which people they ask as to what answers they get. But in this particular one, the people that voted said Bill and Nardole, which is a good choice. I think they worked quite well as a companion duo with the Doctor. They were in quite a few episodes, and they were kind of their own characters. They could go off and do their own things as well, couldn't they? So they were quite strong characters, and obviously Nardole at the end was staying behind and trying to help people on the ship around the black hole.
Doctor Who's done that in recent years. They have the supporting characters have been quite fully rounded and formed.
Yeah.
They can often do things.
And we did actually have when we posted the results, we actually had a like from Pearl Mackie, so thanks for that, Pearl. We haven't heard from Matt Lucas yet, but I'm sure Matt Lucas was thinking, and I've won.
Oh, we've won, did we?
Very good, isn't it?
That was a terrible Nardole impression.
But I think he was just thinking, I expected to win anyway. The next poll we did was, I think it was quite an interesting one. I know you like this one. And it was, if you could have one of these 3 things, which would you have? Which would you really want out of the three? We went for magic wand, lightsaber, and sonic screwdriver. So obviously we're appealing to Star Wars, Harry Potter, Doctor Who fans, and the general sphere as well. Anybody who wanted to vote on it.
And this poll got 71 votes.
Yeah,
Quite a few more people.
yeah, a few more people on this one. 71 votes. In last place, which surprised me quite a lot, because I imagine the Star Wars universe and audience being pretty big. Mr. Peace just going for a lightsaber. But yeah, lightsaber came in bottom place with 20%.
That is a bit strange. What with Star Wars being quite prominent.
And in trend at the moment with the new films and Solo and everything else. I thought it might have been. But yeah, 20%. In second place with 32% was the good old trusted sonic screwdriver. The Doctor.
Just while we're at that point, have you seen the new sonic screwdriver for the new Doctor? What do we think to it?
I must admit, when I first saw it, I kind of thought of the line of, "You've redecorated, I don't like it." I mean, obviously I've not seen it in context with the rest of the sets and the TARDIS console, everything else. It might make sense.
It almost looks naturally grown. It's
like an old robotic organic sort of
type
thing, isn't it?
Weird.
So it does look a bit bizarre, but I think it'll look different on screen. I think it's one thing seeing a toy in a box and another thing seeing it on screen being used.
I hope so. We're gonna look at the toy at some point soon.
That'll be interesting. There has been some leaked pictures and video and things, but we haven't really taken much notice.
The toy's available. You can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy the toy now, obviously. So yeah, well, the winner on this particular poll was the Magic Wand, 48%, which of course is the right answer, because you can do anything with a magic wand. I mean, a sonic screwdriver, you can overload circuits, you can open doors, it won't do wood. Lightsaber, you can chop things down or defend yourself, strike down your enemies and become stronger than ever before. But magic wand, you can do anything.
Unlock doors, protect yourself,
yeah, exactly. You can do all of those things and more. So, yeah, 48% were correct on that one. Magic wand was the best, I think, and that's what most people went for. The next one is probably, and the final one is probably the most successful poll we've probably done. And I think we found out pretty quickly that this is quite a big fandom and quite a passionate fandom for the show and for the actors. And it's actually a show I hadn't heard much about, but I just started watching it, and it's got a lot of things in it that remind me of other shows I like, and it's quite a nice mix. And that's the show Shadowhunters, the Mortal Instruments. I think you've only seen a couple of episodes.
It was quite a while ago I watched a few, and then it was okay, but at the time I'd got so much I was watching that
it just
can't
fell by the by.
I remember saying to you, I think that it's actually quite good, and it's one that I think is worth a watch, but it's...
I mean, I've just watched... That's right, there is. You can't watch everything. But I've just got to the end of the first season. I spoke to a few of the fans about it, and you can just see what a big fandom it is. So I think we need to do a poll. This is obviously a very popular show. Lots of people are talking about it. We need to get in on that, in with the Shadow fam, and talk about it. So we asked what everybody's favourite Shadowhunter was, basically, who your favourite was. Obviously we had Alec Lightwood, Isabel Lightwood, Clarion Simon and Jace Whalen. In bottom place was Jace with 13%. Clarion Simon we had to put together because of the old Twitter thing of 4 options. They came second to last with 14%. Second was Isabel Lightwood with 14% again. And the overall winner with a big 59% of the 140 votes that was cast was Alec Lightwood. And he was your most favourite Shadowhunter. I kind of won that by quite a way, so well done to him. Played by Matthew Daddario. So I'm sure he'll be pleased with knowing he's everybody's favourite.
Well, of course.
Well, how could you not be?
I'll give him a ring in a minute.
Yeah, see what he says. But yeah, he won that, and so that was a very successful poll, and I think we'd probably agree with the winner on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, okay. So, we mentioned right at the beginning we've got a couple of ships to show you. You looked at the Enterprise E. Now it's time for me to take a little look at the brand new issue 4, because they put them out of order, of the Eagle Moss Star Trek Discovery ships. So this is the Klingon bird of prey that was delayed.
From the Discovery collection, yeah. We should have had it last time, but it wasn't here, was it?
That's right. So we're going to take a look at that now. And this is it. And I'm excited because we've not even opened the box for this yet. So, this is issue 4 of the Star Trek Discovery collection of ships. Or at least it's very nearly. Which I'm hoping is a Klingon bird of prey, because I was expecting that last time when we unboxed them, and then went, because it wasn't. Okie dokie. We finally have got a Klingon bird of prey. So, let's take a look. As always with the Discovery collection, the magazine comes in the box. It's a smaller sort of A5 magazine. Issue 4. They feel the need to put type warship. I don't understand how a Klingon bird of prey couldn't be a warship. The usual things in the booklet. Oh, very nice. And as always, we get the stand. Now, that is what you call a Klingon bird of prey. The design obviously has changed a lot since the sort of 90s when it was all green arrow style ships. It's very more animalistic, I suppose, in nature. That is very, very nice. If we can work out how to put it on the stand, which I'm guessing, because I haven't glanced at the book, something like that. That looks pretty good. That's going to look really good. We'll get that added to our Star Trek Discovery shelf. We'll also add some stills and stick them on the website so you can see them, or on social media, just so you can see the detail on it, because it's really quite nice. And there you go, looks really good.
Yeah, it does. It looks really decent, that does, doesn't it? They've done a good job with that.
They have. That's nearly it for today.
Yeah, we're about coming to the end, unfortunately.
All we need to do now is just have a quick look at what we're looking forward to coming up. So maybe, I don't know, pick 3 things, Dave, that you can forward to coming up later this year.
Yeah, I think one of the big ones I think we need to talk about is obviously new Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Which we've got coming in sometime in October. We don't know the exact date yet. Chris Chibnall's keeping it very close to his chest. But yeah, it's going to be new Chris Chibnall Doctor Who, most of the new team working on it. Jodie Whittaker, first female actor in the role of the Doctor. New companions, new console room, new sonic screwdriver. So new Doctor Who.
We've seen a little bit of teaser trailers, that kind of thing, and it does look good.
It's not really given us enough yet. I don't think we've seen a full trailer, but I think it's given us a bit of an inkling as to what it's going to be like, how she's going to play it. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting.
I just want to find out what happens after we saw the last bit from the Christmas special.
Yeah.
TARDIS dematerialises and she's just falling to Earth after just newly regenerated. I just want to know how that ends.
Yeah. It's falling to the floor from that kind of height doesn't usually end well, does it?
Not usually, no. Obviously, there's that. I must admit, I am looking forward to, and not so much this year, but all the new Star Trek stuff that's coming.
There's about 4 or 5 new shows, isn't there?
As we said earlier in the video, we're looking forward to seeing Batwoman in the Arrowverse.
In the Arrowverse.
And I think I'm just looking forward to those shows coming back, the new series of Arrow and Supergirl and things.
Yeah.
That's not so much this year, but that's going to be quite nice.
What we've also got this year, of course, is season 2 of the Orville.
Yes.
Which we actually spoke to Jay Lee a month or 2 ago, and he was right in the middle of filming. Seth was working them all really hard. And long 12, 16 hour days apparently on the set of the Orville. So I think it's going to be pretty good. They've been working hard on it, and we've seen a teaser trailer.
Jonathan Frakes directing an episode, which of course guest stars Marina Sirtis. Yeah, Marina Sirtis is coming in for an episode, which would be nice. We always like to see the Star Trek actors making cameos on the Orville. So we're looking forward to that very much. That's going to be good. And obviously we've got season 2 of Discovery. Yes.
With got a Captain Pike.
And they've just cast Spock.
And they've cast Spock as well. We did actually say, we did wonder if they would bring Spock into it at some point, and it looks like it's going to be very Spock-centric.
They're going to explain why Spock in the Spock that we know has never mentioned Burnham or any of that.
Yeah.
So they will explain all that apparently.
Why that, and make it more canon.
Mm.
So we know why that was never mentioned. So we're looking forward to that, and of course, there's the films coming up we haven't seen yet. Ant-Man and the Wasp 2 from Marvel.
That's just out.
Which is not long come out. We need to go and see that.
Mission Impossible's just come out.
Mission Impossible Fallout. Equalizer 2 will be worth a watch. I think the first one was really good.
Yesterday that came out?
Yeah, only a day or 2 ago. So I doubt any of you've seen it yet, but yeah, we'll have a look at that. And and then I think it's just looking towards shows coming out towards the end of the year, very end of the year, like Daredevil season 3, which should be good, and Iron Fist season 2 they're doing as well.
I really enjoyed that because that was
good. Yeah, it was a bit different, wasn't it? I thought that was cast really well. It was a good story. The pacing was really good on that as well. So that's going to be really good to see that. And I did actually see, just to wrap up the Marvel side of it, there was actually an article the other day where they were talking to Kristen Ritter, plays Jessica Jones, and she was talking about how much she enjoyed doing the Defenders, but she very much doubts that they'll get together again. And if they do, it's going to be a while till they do it, because they're all busy doing their own shows and their own things, and it's going to be difficult to get the schedules to get them all together again. But they've all said they've enjoyed it, and they've said like never say never, but might be a while for Defenders season 2.
It was a shame. It was quite good.
That was good.
Oh. Well, there we go. We've delved into the geekverse there quite a lot. We've talked films. We've talked Star Trek. We've talked bullying. We, of course, will be putting some more polls out soon, so don't forget to keep an eye out for those.
There'll be the monthly video, the 2 weekly poll. Just keep a look out, and it'll all be there.
And obviously let us know what you're looking forward to Destination Star Trek.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening and watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow us on social media, of course, at geeky_guys on Twitter, and at guysgeeky on Instagram, and we'll see you on there.